Welcome back. We're in the kitchen, and now I'm gonna start doing my mushrooms. So, these are so simple. You guys are gonna be almost embarrassed how simple these mushrooms are. So, all I do is start with a stick of butter. I feel like Paula Deen for a minute here, but a stick of butter, and you need that for all these mushrooms, okay?
Paula Deen.
And if you want to start with less, you can, and add a few more. In fact, we'll try that today. We'll try to cut back just a teeny bit and go with maybe 3/4 of a stick of butter, so about 6 tablespoons, okay?
And do you suggest real butter, not margarine?
Absolutely, and unsalted too.
Okay.
I'm gonna unsalted butter this. I'm putting the butter right in the very bottom. And then I'm gonna add some garlic. This is garlic, can you see this? This is some garlic that I just sliced, as opposed to, you know, chopped totally, because the slicing just kind of makes it pretty, first of all, and you don't need to pulverize it. And I'm gonna do a little bit more. That was about 2 cloves, and we're gonna do maybe 1 more clove of garlic here. I'm just gonna whack
how you
it.
did that. I actually started doing that at home. I don't know what it does, other
It releases
but I thought it was
the
fancy.
skin, and then the skin comes off a lot easier. If you've ever noticed, garlic's a little bit sticky, and the skin can be kind of tricky if you're not careful. So I didn't maybe pop it enough, but I always get like really strong and pop it too hard, and then I pulverize my garlic. So
That's only when you're having a bad day, though. You know, darn garlic.
So we're just gonna really thinly slice this.
I don't know. Do you want us to turn that on for you?
In a second.
Okay.
No, you want to start like this.
Okay.
He totally walked me into that, didn't he?
Okay, so that's it. Just some slices. We're gonna put them right in here, and now I am gonna turn it on. And we're gonna add the mushrooms to the top.
Now, what kind of mushrooms are those? Those don't look...
Portobello.
No.
I do the wrong
Those
one.
don't look like normal white
Oh,
mushrooms.
here we go.
Shiitake.
I'm gonna do this on
Oyster.
medium heat, medium low. It really doesn't, you don't need it to go high. We're gonna add these on top. Okay, what I've got here is I've got a combination of cremini mushrooms and just the little regular white mushrooms, button mushrooms.
Cremini?
Creminis are
Cremini,
baby, they're baby portobellos.
Oh!
So you know what, a
look at
portobello is huge. Well, this
Didn't
is
I
when
say?
they're
That
little.
was good, Daddy.
You're
That's only
good.
'cause I knew one name.
Okay, I've got the rest of my mushrooms in this brown bag. You're probably wondering what was in here. This is the best way to store mushrooms, because when they're in plastic, mushrooms are they're like sponges. And
know
so
what?
when you put them in here, if you fill this bag, it's a little bit moist, and there's only a couple of them in there.
That is weird. Now it makes sense. My father must have loved mushrooms because there's brown bags all over our house.
There you go. All right, so now if you've got a mushroom this big, you got a mushroom this big, you just put it in there. This is small. Let me see, this is a small little mushroom. This is kind of medium sized, so I like to maybe have these guys, and then when I go for these big mamas, I like to quarter them. So we're just gonna cut them up and cut them again. This is just so simple. I wiped these off last night with a paper towel. You don't want to soak or wash your mushrooms unless you absolutely have to, because like I said, they're sponges. So you put water on them and they're gonna soak it up, and then you're gonna have all this water coming out of your mushrooms, and you're never gonna get to the bottom of it. Okay.
Now, to go back to the portobellos, do you use those because they're a little more meaty, or
It's just
'cause
kind of a different taste, flavor. You can do one kind, you don't have to do more than one kind of mushroom, but it's kind of a nice, entertaining thing. Sometimes I take regular portobellos and I'll slice them up, so you've got different sizes and everything. So it's all a matter of taste. It's whatever you find, it's whatever you have. It's all about that. I was gonna just put a little salt and pepper in here. Salt helps to draw some of that water out, which we want to bring out. And some fresh ground pepper, of course, which
And
I
we
put away.
put away the pepper?
I put it away under here because it was in the way. Look,
I can't believe how easy this is.
that's
I
it.
can't wait to see it, because
And we're just gonna let this work its magic in here. The butter's gonna melt, and when it does, we're gonna stir it up a little bit. But if you put the butter on top, it's never gonna hit the bottom. And it just takes a little while, and it just works and does its thing. I need a spoon, which I didn't get, but we'll get that in a minute, because it's just gonna do this. I'm gonna need a spoon, like
A big spoon?
yeah, I think there's
this
one
is why we have Danny, see?
what I
Even though
do.
it's
Danny's
Father's
the
Day, I should
messenger
be doing
boy.
the work.
That's right.
Or Father's
that
Day
kind of
here on the home team.
That's perfect. Thanks, Danny.
It's my pleasure.
He's good in the kitchen. We'll talk to Sue later.
Oh, yeah.
Ask her.
Yeah.
Are you handy, Danny?
Not one bit.
Okay, see now the butter's
kitchen.
starting to melt, and what it's gonna do is just, we're gonna coat it, but it's gonna, that garlic inside the butter is going to infuse the butter with the garlic flavor, and so then that's going to go all around. And we're going to put a lid on and kind of let the steam sort of just kind of infuse the flavor into the mushrooms. The very last minute, you always know how I feel about herbs.
Yeah.
We're going to add some herbs. We're not going to do it till a little bit later.
Is that parsley again?
This is fresh flat leaf parsley. It's getting a little droopy. It was beautiful when I got here this morning. I cut it out of my garden.
Wow.
Yes. Okay, so this is just gonna work, and it's just, well, the whole time we're cooking today, I'm just gonna leave this on the stove, and they're just gonna start doing their thing, and by the time we're done and we get everything ready, it's beautiful. So you're gonna love it. Just wait. So while we're doing that, maybe I'm just gonna put the lid on this just a little. I'm gonna chop up just a little of this parsley for later. And you don't need a whole lot. You just need maybe just a couple tablespoons. So I'm just gonna get this together. And you don't need to get all of the stems off of parsley, but you don't want a lot because it is a little bit tougher. So you wanna go for mostly leaves.
Look at you. You're just
just
a
buzzing
whiz.
through
I know.
this.
If I were to cut that fast, I would have cut my finger right off.
Oh,
This isn't that fast.
That's not fast. You can haul on this one. And for those of you that are just joining us, I know some of you just hit here at 9:25. Kim is in the process of making the Father's Day Delight Medley. The tri-tip has already been started, been browned, and now we've got the mushrooms going and the flat leaf parsley. I just like to recap. That way people can get ready.
Recap?
No, that's very
Oh!
Recap the mushrooms. That's cute. That's really cute. No, I can hear this starting to bubble up a little bit now. It's going to start to simmer. Those are going to actually shrink. It looks like a lot of mushrooms, but they're actually going to shrink down, and they're not even going to be that many. It's going to be about half that. Because like I said, the moisture and everything, the mushrooms are going to cook right down, and they're just going to get infused with all this garlic and butter, and yum. The whole place is going to smell like garlic in here.
Okay, we need to take a break while we're doing this, Mayor. Okay, we're going to take a break. All right, when we come back, think about this, though, before you go. Think about if you've got any memories of your father in the kitchen. I don't spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I'm more of a barbecue kind of guy. Kim's father is here. He's going to show us some omelet delights, I guess we would call them, that are famous in his family. All of that coming up in the show after the break. Stay with us.